Welcome back to Lesson of the Week. It's been nearly 6 months since I've last done a lesson for a Jonathan Coulton song, so what better way to return than to be teaching the new song, Blue Sunny Day. Okay, this song has a capo on the 2nd fret, and it's played sort of between the keys of C and A major, but I'll run through it all. Here's my A relative to the capo, just in case you want to make sure the tuning is right. Alright, now this song has a bunch of lead-ins that sort of bridge between different sections of the song. So the way you lead into those is there's an A chord and then sort of a G over B, where it's just all you do is fret this B note, make that the lowest note you fret, and that typically will lead into a C chord. I just do this thing where I bar the A and make that happen. That way I could quickly roll it on down to that B. So you have just like that. So the verses are going to start with the chords you're going to use are C, G, A minor, E, F over C, C, and there's a little, then you have a G chord again, which is a little figure, which I'll get to in a moment. That's the first half of the verse. So there's this little G13 figure. It's roughly what I'd call the chord, just because it moves through a few different notes here. But it's roughly going to be like this, where you have it. The little melody on its own is just right there. So if you want to practice doing that, all you have to do is really fret the 3rd frets of the E and the D string, and then play that melody around that chord. Or if you just want to sort of just hammer away on that, you can. Really, whatever suits your tastes. Alright, then the second half, I'll play that first half of the verse for you right now before we get into the second half. It'll go from the lead-in. Now the type of picking that Jonathan's using here is sort of just a way of muting, where we're just sort of strumming with the strings pressed down, and then you sort of hit the bass note, and then mute, and then play between those chords. That way you get that kind of percussion feel, since this is just based on a live version where there's no accompaniment. So this works out kind of nicely this way. Alright, the second half is very similar. You have C, G, A minor, E, then you have Bm7 flat 5, the half diminished chord, back to E, back to Bm7 flat 5, then E one more time. So here's the whole second half for the verse. Okay, this is sort of the chorus part. You have a little key change over to A major, and here's what we have a little pedal point here where the chords change, but that bass note stays on the A, creating some really cool sounds. But you have an A major, then you have B minor over A, which is sort of just like the shape of a normal B minor, but you leave that index finger off, so you just have this. So you're leaving the A and the high E string open to sort of create some cool sounding chords. And you just slide this shape up a whole step, and you get C sharp minor over A. And then this is sort of the same way where you bar the A down here. You just do it at the 7th fret here, and then you get D over A. And so that whole part would go like this. repeats again. And at the end, back to C. You do the lead in into the C. D minor 7 is the next chord. Then you go back to C. And then you have another inversion of D minor 7 where you just play it sort of the shape of the D chord, the 5th fret, with the D in the bass. So I'll go over that part right there just before getting the tag of the chorus. And then the way that chorus ends, pretty simple. You have A major 7. Then you just slide the shape up 3 frets. So right here, this gives you this A7 sus2, followed by D major, and then B minor 7 flat 5 into the next verse. So here's the whole chorus, starting with that A major. Alright, the bridge of the song starts on that B minor 7 flat 5. Then it goes to A major 7. To A minor 7. To sort of a D9 or a D7 sus2. Back to B minor 7 flat 5. Down to A major 7, A minor 7, to D7, then you have B7, a chord we haven't seen yet, to E. So I'm going to play the whole bridge for you nice and slow. Okay, you're almost there. There's a little interlude after the bridge, starting in the F over C chord for 2 measures, followed by C. There's a little hammer-on that makes it C add 9 halfway through there, so it'll be then 1 measure of D minor 7, E major, and then before the last part, which I've called the Sesame Street part. We'll just repeat that one more time for you at the interlude. Alright, for the Sesame Street part, you just do pretty light, just the chords of the chorus. You have A, B minor over A, C sharp minor over A, and then do the lead in. So it'll be like this. Except it'll be the difference in this part is that the rhythms are much shorter. You just do 2 chords per measure instead of the 1. So it'll sound like this. It'll be... And then you're back at the beginning again. Alright, that's the whole song. If you have any problems with it, send me a message on YouTube. And I apologize to everybody who, in the last 6 months, who sent me messages that I take a very long time to reply to. I promise I'll be around. Thanks.